Please convince me that you love me, that your love for me is real. And darling, tell me that you love me, and forever you always will.
Can't believe I'm out here again.
Ooh.
Oh my god, it's...
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, Jesus.
What was that trip?
Okay, honestly... Okay, so...
What a good question.
It was 5 years ago I took my first steps on this very trail.
It is so good to be back out here.
The Pacific Crest Trail. The trail that goes from Mexico to Canada, a trail we all know, has never been just about the walking. Favorite trail snack?
Mike and Ike's.
Peanut M&Ms.
Fruit snacks, Skittles, and
Sour Mike and Ike's.
I just really like gummies.
Nerd clusters.
Snickers and beef jerky.
Dill pickle kettle chips.
Nutella. Easy.
I was obsessed with Nutella.
Always Nutella.
To go through like a jar of Nutella in like 3 or 4 days.
It's good any time of day. Before 6 a.m. It's really funny.
There's 3 very important pillars to a thru hiker's diet, and that's twin snakes,
Okay, I basically live on a diet of Oreos, Skittles, and Pringles.
the phyllo walking tamales,
I'm so addicted to goldfish.
and then spicy wasabi almonds.
I started on the 1 carton a day,
Do I have to answer this one?
and then I had to upgrade that to 2 bags per resupply.
I am a sucker for some Twizzlers.
So what I've started doing is getting like the gallon size boxes of goldfish that they sell at Costco.
So sick of
So
bars.
it fills up like sometimes like half my food bag.
I don't know, American Spirits Blue.
It's August 2024 and I'm back out in the US for a couple of different reasons. But on this particular week, I link up with Tommy, also known as Twerk, also a past PCT hiker.
There she is.
This is the true American experience.
How many buns?
Do you think that's enough?
See, he was heading out to do some trail magic, and I wanted in.
Oh my.
I think that should be enough.
We're about to meet some PCT babies.
Being around thru hikers again, being this close to the PCT again, I couldn't not say hello, even if just for a day.
Can't believe I'm out here again.
I went out and hiked the PCT southbound for a day. It was like
Seeing an old friend.
reminiscing over days gone by, laughing at the dirt that held us up through the time we all... Like seeing an old friend, sharing the same stories, the same smiles and same sun. And just for that day, we would do it all again.
Ooh, okay, hey. Hey, it's me. Konnichiwa. It's weird to talk to the camera like this, but I'm just quickly interrupting this video. Apologies. 1, to say hello, I moved to Japan. Life shift, haircut, all the things. Mulan Chop 2.0. And also, I'm just quickly thanking the sponsor of today's video who's making it possible for me to kind of bring these videos to this channel, which I hope, there's a lot happening in my life. This is why this sponsor is super relevant. BetterHelp. They are an online therapy platform that make accessing, a third-party, objective person to talk to and articulate your thoughts and feelings and everything you're going through super accessible. I have found them so helpful in terms of finding somebody who was suited to what I was looking for, what I need, and yeah, I am just super grateful that they are sponsoring this and that I have the ability to bring a link that you can use to try it out for yourself. I hope you're well. And please enjoy the rest of the video.
Oh my god! I'm here!
There is something profound about spending extended time in nature. It's difficult to emulate its magic. What have you learned so far that you hope your future self doesn't forget?
Ooh, what a good question.
Through hiking's really hard. It's really, really tough. I don't know, especially like the past month with the heat. Like the big climbs in NorCal has been really challenging. And I think it's really cool to like realize that you can come through that. I think like some of the best advice I ever heard about through hiking is if you're thinking about quitting, like look at what's in front of you. Look at like this hill or this 100-mile section or whatever and think like, I made it 2,000 miles or 1,500 miles or whatever it is to be here. Like, am I really gonna let this last hill get me? And I think I like hold on to that a lot. Like, I don't know, I made it through the whole Sierra. I survived the desert. I survived the 110-degree heat in NorCal. And I think after that, it feels like, I don't know, it really puts challenges in perspective.
When your body says I've had enough, you can do way more than that. Way more. It's a case of just using the noggin and just saying, nah, you can do more than that. And you keep going and you can do it. Your body can always do it.
I realized in life I should just eat dessert first and enjoy the good stuff, enjoy the journey. Absolutely. Love on every moment that I can and be grateful for every moment that I can do this, that I can walk.
I started this trail expecting that I would walk my way to a person that I liked. And I think the trail has been about realizing I've walked my way to appreciating who I already was.
It's like not so hard to go on big adventures and like chase your dreams. Like it'll seem really scary, especially the first time you do something insane. But then when you do it and like everything worked itself out, you realize like you're capable of so much more than you ever thought you were. So that's what I tell myself.
So much of what we experience is temporary, that it will all pass, and through that comes growth and experience and just an understanding of how to move through those harder times, and what you have and what you are is enough.
You're more capable than you think. That also, like, you get through all of your hardest days. And yeah, just wouldn't want myself to forget that, especially when anxiety starts to get high. Just remember, like, we climbed those mountain passes and we were fine, and we've done harder than things than this.
I can do literally anything I've ever wanted to. Like, that was insane to me. Was that, I mean, especially, there's so many things that I can think of that aren't just like finishing a trail, but random days of just like your shoes are sopping wet and they have been for weeks. Or you have to carry water for 25 miles, or you have blister, like all these things where it's like, I got through that, and I can get through that, and I could get through way worse than that. And I didn't know that about myself before. I think I doubted that a lot, but this self-confidence that comes from through hiking, of being able to achieve anything, I think my awareness of my self-worth has increased greatly.
I think resilience, like, I got in the hike thinking I'd only hike 500 miles, and I'm here. So, and even though it was really hard, I think it's just like, oh, you just really take it easy and keep hiking. And I think people help.
I would just want her to remember that there's, you know, a whole lot more in the tank to work with and keep going with. And then, like, other end of the spectrum, just that, like, I guess I wouldn't want her to forget how fucking fun it was. Like, it was just a really, really good time.
I think I've learned the importance of people, of love, kindness, and all the kindness that I've received. Like these guys with their trail magic and everything, you know, you're in a kindness debt, and I'm gonna have to pay that back.
Don't forget that, like, how it feels to be alone for so long, and don't forget what other people and like important relationships mean to you. I think I hiked with a guy, his name is Nick, and we hiked from Idlewild pretty much all the way to Burney together, so we did like pretty much well over half the trail. And you know, it was hard at times, it was great at times, and it was always awesome to have company. And we split up, and I like looked forward to being alone. But you know, now after being alone for so long, it's one of those like Chris McCandless moments where you realize, you know, happiness is real when shared. You know, it may not be all of the time and every moment, but just, you know, to my future self, you know, remember that it's people who are important, and it's cool to go do things alone, but it's even cooler to have like people to share it with and to maintain your garden of friends.
What I'm probably gonna hold on to the most is like the memories and experiences I had like with the friends I made. For some reason, those stick in my mind so much more than like the views and stuff, and the experience that I've had like by myself. So I think those are probably the things I'll hold on to the most.
Like kind of no matter what happens, it's not that deep. If someone doesn't like you, you don't do as many miles, you like have a shitty day, it's not that deep. It's all gonna be okay.
Yeah, if I can remember like this level of calm, that'd be really nice.
This guy works too hard. Yeah, way too hard.
What kind of work do you do at home?
I'm a high school teacher.
Oh, yeah.
Just the freedom of being out here, enjoying this every day. Yeah, never knowing what's around the next corner. Waiting for the next pass to see the next great range of mountains. So it's truly amazing, truly amazing.
There's no point in rushing. There's no point in accomplishing point A to point B in 4 months or whatever. Life is about the little things.
I think my future self would say just enjoy not being a purist and enjoy taking your sweet time and not like pushing yourself every single day if you're not feeling it.
Well, the thing I really had to learn on that trail was to let go.
Leave room for the unexpected.
And you might be scared at first and you might not know what the outcome is, but you know, if you trust it, it's gonna be something beautiful.
Something that I would love to remind myself, my future self, and not forget is to be flexible and to not let life harden me and rather to let it soften me and go with the flow.
I am in control, but I'm also able to let go if I have to, and I'm okay with that. Yes.
Don't sweat the things you can't change. Yeah. Don't worry about the fires that you can't change, and time and tide wait for no man. Fires too.
Don't plan too much. You'll figure it out.
Wow! Come on, German!
Yeah.
Wow, good improvement.
I would say you can do hard things. Don't worry so much. Chill out. And it's all going to work out.
To take more risks. I think some of the most fun times that we've had out here is doing taking the risk of taking the jump and quitting your job and doing the trails to begin with, but then being willing to do the side trails or the side adventures.
I would say be very brave and do all the things you want to do, and probably pack more food in the Sierras.
So peanut butter and ramen go really well together?
No. No, come on.
You know, not to always have expectations. You'll get out of things what you need to get out of them. It might not be what you were expecting to or wanting to, but find something.
Starting this trail, my mindset was like on the adventure challenge setting, and now it's just, this is a lifestyle, and like I just wake up every day and walk, and I love it because every day is different and you meet cool people. So I hope to keep doing this, not just hiking, but whatever I do in life. I want it to live it like it's on trail.
Just live in the moment and live simply, because I think it's easy to freak out about what your next 5 years or your next 10 years are going to look like. But out here, like, we hitched here from Bend to try to make it to trail days, and that's a 3-hour hitch, and it was just a thumb at a time. Like, hopefully we can get the next ride. So just living every day as if you're just living in the moment all day.
The biggest one is like not letting fear and insecurities hold you back from big things and big adventures, and being authentic and living life authentically. I think there will always be fears and insecurities and doubts that creep into your mind, no matter what age you are or what you're doing, but pushing back against that and knowing that you really are capable of whatever it is you choose to do or desire to do. It's within reach, like completely within reach. So yeah, you're not going to show up perfectly, and you just got to show up anyways. So
having fear does not negate having courage, and that sometimes courage just looks like the willingness to try. And yeah, always try. Do things afraid.
I came here expecting to hike alone. I'm a pretty introverted dude, and so, you know, meeting people, hiking with people, socializing in general can be quite uncomfortable for me. Not to mention the trail itself, you know, there's a lot of uncomfortability, I guess, in the struggle of walking big miles and dealing with altitude and weather and everything that comes with a through hike. And, you know, stepping out and really intentionally putting yourself in those uncomfortable situations is, you know, it's where you grow and where you become, I guess, a better version of yourself. And that's something that's been a really good reminder as I look back on sort of this experience, that even though some steps I took were pretty uncomfortable, you know, I feel like a whole new person, you know, going through all that, which is something I want to continue doing.
Doing the PCT and other hikes like it, it's just a way to make sure that I never fall into like a safe, comfortable routine that is just, yeah, gonna wake up one day and be 50 and kind of realize that the youth of my life has slipped away and I haven't made the most of it.
I want to remember that, like, it's all up to me. Like, you don't have to really... The coolest thing about hiking is you don't have to do anything. You don't have to stop in town. You don't have to... Like, the only thing that kind of governs you is, like, maybe weather, maybe, like, how much food you have. Like, it's really simple things, and it's no one telling you what to do. We don't have to be here. But, like, I like that, like, you're living this life that you kind of chose. And I want to remember that. That's hard to remember in the other world.
You remember, trade provides, so life provides.
The most important thing that I've learned on the trail is that it is possible to hike seriously, physically, and goof off in your head. And if you're not, and like, so few people are willing to go the extra mile to goof off in their head, and it makes every mile worth it. So even if you're just in your normal life, like, do something crazy at the grocery store. Like, who cares? Goof off. It's so fun.
Finding something to do with your time that is satisfying is more important than whatever social aspect we have of success, whether that's job position or a big house or money or cars or whatever. It's much better if you think about, at the end of your life, what would you like more of? And you would like another hug with your family, another laugh with your friends, another sunset, another sunrise on a mountain. Spend your time doing that. Find a way to spend your life doing that. The money is whatever. Like, you can make seasonal jobs or whatever happen, put food on the table and a roof over your head, but otherwise, find a way to do something with your time that's ultimately satisfying, where you can sit at the end of your life and say, that was a good use of my time on this earth.
That was beautiful. It's difficult to emulate the magic of trail. And the question we as thru hikers have, especially as we get closer to the end...
Yeah, would you have any questions for someone who hiked in the past?
...is usually all the same.
I'm always curious how people finish their trail, how they get done with the trail and what they do when they get back home. That always seems like the hardest part for me, is readjusting to home life.
I mean, I had questions before starting, and I asked some of those questions to you. But I think now would be how to transition back, like what helped, if you know, if whoever I'm asking made it successfully back to, you know, real life. So yeah, I think that would be a question.
Because it's such a specific experience, I wonder how you tie it to your regular life. Like, how do you feel like there's a feeling of continuity and not just like, and that's closed, it was a dream.
kind of. So that's what I wonder about.
Yeah, now that you've done 2, have you found things that help you kind of transition back to regular life after?
No. Part of the reason why I'm back out here is I don't think I transitioned back very well. I went back to the same job and ended up quitting 18 months later to come back out.
But yeah, I feel like the kind of post-trip blues usually come from where you've changed as a person so much and then you just slot back into the same slot in your life that you wouldn't necessarily fit back into cleanly. I mean, that can be quite jarring for a lot of people. But like having another trip planned definitely helps that as well. Like having something to look forward to.
Just never stop.
I used to ask this question all the time, like, how do you go back to real life? How do you do it? And so many people had jobs that they quit to do the AT, and a lot of people just went back to those jobs. They went back to what was, and they're like, well, that didn't work. And so now they're here doing the PCT because they didn't learn the first time that when we do this walk, it is a metamorphosis where we can't go back to what was. It has to be something new afterwards, you know?
Well, you hike. What are your answers? No. I won't put you on the spot like that.
We'll never go back. My life since the PCT has been a journey of trying to take what I learned.
This is our guest today.
And bring it into my regular life.
The lines of which remind me of a face I used to know.
But it hasn't been easy.
It's not a private show. Clearly I remember the cross of her knees.
Because we all know it's never been just about the walking.
Cute.
And dreaming, we're sailing on a song. Come rain, come sunshine.
Because I know I'm not the only one here who knows her by her trail name, 11. It was just over halfway on the Pacific Crest Trail.
So good being back here.
Okay, so what's your name, your trail name?
Ooh, those are some big questions.
My name is Benjamin Stevens.
But my trail name is Spice. I add a little flavor to the trail.
My trail name is Dr. Danger, but you don't need to be scared of me.
My trail name is 6 Sounds.
Called cheddar, like the cheese.
From Frederick, Maryland.
From Germany, living in Cologne.
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
I'm from Venezuela and I live in LA. I'm from Ireland and my trail name out here is Raw Dog.
No trail name. I'm from Australia.
How'd you get Whiskey Jack?
I have so many.
That's it, right?
And where you are?
I don't know where I am.
That's a really good question. Where are we?
We're in Lolo Pass, Oregon. Almost to Washington.
Where there's a bunch of trail magic and really amazing people.
Tell me about these legs.
We haven't washed or swam or...
It's all the dirt of Oregon from his knee to his ankle. People said that he looks like he's been cremated.
Oh, I'm just doing a little interview.
Oh, hello.
True hiker.
Yes, ma'am. They're having some party for you guys up there.
Real interview.
Yeah.
He's also from our family as well.
I've seen your videos.
Oh, amazing.
Today is really special because it's my birthday, August 14th. So that means I'm a Leo for those watching at home.
Where are we right now?
Cascade Locks.
We're in Cascade Locks for PCT Days 2024. A blonde, a brunette, and a redhead walked into trail days.